Hi, my name is Ty from Outdoor Skills for Kids, and now I'm going to show you how to extract water from a young sapling or a branch. In this case, I'm actually using a banana leaf. It is filled with water and the system works quite quickly. So what happens with the banana leaf is that water will get sucked up through the branch, water will then travel up through uh, this leaf base all the way through to the tip. And these leaf bases have got vessels within them, so it sort of prevents the water from flowing back down. So what we want to do to capture the water is we want to strip away the outer edge of the leaf and then hang this down, and water will drip out through the bottom tip, and that water is what we're going to want to collect. And so the first step in doing this, we're going to strip away this part of the leaf with a sharp knife. So I've got this knife, just strip away the leaves and just leaving the center stem. If we strip away the leaves, that prevents the water that's in the stem from flowing out into the leaf edge. That's one side done. Now we'll do the other. All right, so with that essentially clean, the next step that we want to do is where that leaf base is, we want to get a nice, and you see it's rough, it's pretty rough over there. So all those tiny little channels will be blocked from being so rough. What we want to do is we want to get a clean cut at about 45 degrees. That allows that capillary action to be most effective. So we get a nice clean blade cut. Like that. That clean cut allows the water to push through all the way through this branch to the very tip. And we want to get that same clean cut at the tip as well. Nice 45-degree angle. And that will allow water to seep through to that tip. Okay, so you can see the first drop of water forming over there. Just over the tip of my knife is. We just hold it there for a bit longer and that water drop off. There it is. Right at the tip. And that water extracted from an edible tree is safe to drink. See the drip? All right, so we just want to position this branch upside down in a collection cup, and I've got one collection cup sitting over here already. See if I can reposition this. All right. So that's how you can extract water from a plant. You can also use a young sapling. So this will be a young sapling. This would be the base over here. That would be going towards the top. I just stripped the leaves off that, and the exact same principles apply. You want to get a nice clean blade cut, 45 degrees at the base, another 45 at the tip, and then we want to hang that branch upside down, and all the water that is trapped inside of this young sapling will drip down towards the very tip, and that you can collect. Doesn't collect a whole lot of water, but it is something to know what to count on if ever you're in a survival situation, because every little drop of water counts. So I've made a clean 45-degree cut on this young sapling which was the base of the plant. Another clean 45-degree tip at the edge. And if I hang it upside down, you'll see that water droplet forming over there. So if you keep hanging that upside down, you'll collect all these little droplets. And those droplets are a potent source of water if you're ever stuck in a survival situation. So knowing how to extract water from nature is really, really, really valuable. So that is how you extract water from a young sapling, collecting drip for drip each little part over there. So again, this young sapling, the base of the tree was in this, was over here. That was the tip where all the leaves were coming out of. And if we hang that down, it allows the water to flow through its natural channels down through the bottom and out through that tip. As the flow rate reduces over here, we may need to just clean out those channels and cut away another 45-degree portion at the tip and another section at the bottom. Eventually it will become shorter and shorter and shorter and shorter until all the water is extracted from the plant. Very handy tip to know in a survival situation. It's been about an hour since we've set up our water collection system, so you'll still see there's a couple of drops coming off that sapling end, slowly dripping. I just had to trim the edges off just to keep the dry bits and cut off those dry bits. So for that amount, so for this length of sapling, we've collected not much water at all, but it is something to get you out of a sticky situation. If ever you're caught, you know, in the wilderness and you don't have water, you can extract some water from a sapling by hanging it upside down and slowly letting it collect into a collection cup. Careful selection of the plants that you use in nature to extract water is needed. Some plants may be toxic, so it's really important to know if you can extract water from them or not, whether you're using a transpiration system like that or if you're using a sapling to extract water. Some plants, again, can be toxic. Some you can have an adverse allergic reaction to. So expert knowledge is needed before you do or consume any plant material or water from that plant.